Every so often in life and in your career, you run across someone who really stands out. They stand out for how they dedicate themselves to a cause they believe in. They stand out because of their enthusiasm for life and for new ways of doing things. They stand out because of their vision for the future. They stand out because they're really tall. John Udes was one of these people. John stood out for all of these reasons and more. John was a leader, he was a visionary, he was a mentor, and he was a friend to many of us in this room here. And perhaps most importantly, for all of us in the room here, he was the founder of this very conference, co-founder along with Kathy Divis. John is the reason we're all gathered together for the next few days to share ideas, create sparks of enthusiasm, and to envision the future. So when John passed in 2011, the only appropriate thing to do was to create an award in his honor, the John A. Udes Vision and Excellence Award. This award honors individuals who embody John's ideals for excellence. John strongly believed in the idea that excellence can only be achieved if one cares more than others think is wise, risks more than others think is safe, dreams more than others think is practical, and expects more than others think is possible. And now it is my distinct honor to introduce Joanne Udes, John's wife, his partner in life, and his partner in the pursuit of excellence, to recognize this year's recipient of the John A. Udes Vision and Excellence Award.
Thanks, Danny. It's great to be at the 22nd Annual HCIC. I'd like to take a minute and just thank Greystone, our wonderful sponsors and exhibitors, and especially all of you for supporting the conference and for carrying John's vision and spirit going forward. He would be in awe and very, very proud. Today is a special event for me. It's my honor and privilege to present the 2018 John Udes Vision and Excellence Award honoree to Dr. Dalal Halderman. Dalal has been involved in science, education, and healthcare marketing and communications for over 30 years. Through the course of her career, Dalal has held many healthcare leadership positions. As System Director of Clinical Nutrition and Ambulatory Services at Metro Health System in Cleveland, and Associate Vice President and Sterling Healthcare Capital Management in New York. For 12 years, Dalal served as VP Director of Marketing at the Cleveland Clinic and the Cleveland Clinic Health Systems, which included 11 hospitals in Ohio and Florida and national and international partnerships. Most recently, she served as the very first Senior Vice President for Marketing and Communications at Johns Hopkins for 12 years until her retirement earlier this year. At Johns Hopkins, Dalal wore many hats. She was responsible for strategic marketing and communications, consumer research and engagement, brand extension, media relations, publications, and e-strategies in the regional and global market. Using marketing analysis and metrics, Dalal and her team developed a comprehensive marketing and digital strategy to make sure Johns Hopkins integrated website appeared at the top of the digital searches for health information. Visits have increased from 200,000 a month to nearly 5 million visits a month. In addition, Dalal created a physician directory that included physician videos, which also helped increase traffic to the website. Visionary leaders must effectively communicate and develop great teams to be able to implement their creative ideas and achieve common goals. John followed the old saying, teamwork simply stated is less me and more we. Dalal understood the importance of developing her teams. She advocated for expanding the marketing and communications departments and for providing the resources to achieve their goals. The web team grew from 1.5 staff members to a team of 35, and the communications team grew from 2 to 8 employees. Dalal is a warm and caring leader who never lost her focus and compassion for serving customers, patients, physicians, and employees. She was always seeking input and guidance from others. She was the first to seek feedback from patients through an online patient panel. Dalal also created the concept for Johns Hopkins Health Review, which has been very successful through the years. And she developed an e-newsletter, Reach, which was sent to faculty and staff explaining the work of her departments. Across so many areas, Dalal's innovative ideas and creative solutions have built a strong foundation of digital marketing and communication excellence through the organization and also across the industry. Dalal has embraced John's philosophy that learning and innovation go hand in hand, not only for herself, but for others. Throughout her career, she has been a role model and mentor to many. Dalal shares knowledge, teaches by example, and supports her team's personal and professional growth. Always thinking of her team, she established the department's Employee Engagement and Diversity Committee and funded opportunities for staff to get to know each other and learn about different cultures. Dalal is a passionate, lifelong learner with boundless curiosity, reading over 15 publications per day to stay current on healthcare trends. Through the years, Dalal has held academic appointments both in Lebanon and in the U.S. In addition to the American University of Beirut, she served at Pennsylvania State University and the University of Pittsburgh. She was also instrumental in developing the first accredited dietetics program in the Middle East aimed at improving the nutrition and health of children. Dalal is an innovator, a visionary, and a caring, witty leader who has been an inspiration to our industry for many, many years. Please join me in honoring this year's recipient of the John Udy's Vision and Excellence Award, Dr. Dalal Haldeman.
My first comment is, who is this person Joanne is talking about? Thank you, Joanne. Thank you so much. And thank you, Mike. And thank you, Kathy, and the whole Greystone team. You've always led us forward, and you continue to do so. I am certainly honored to join ranks of distinguished colleagues like Danny Fell, and I see David here sitting in front of me, who won that award prior to me, because they equated us with the excellence and caring, two values that John Udys exhibited every day and every time I met him. He dreamt more than others think is practical, and he risked more than others think is safe. And to me, these two things are so important, to dream and to take risks. And that's how I led my life. I am especially honored to be recognized during this conference in particular, because it's a very special conference. I go to many conferences, but this is the one where I learn the most, where I feel I don't know anything, because every day I attend anything at this conference, it stretches my mind, because you all teach me so much. Being part of this innovative conference and being surrounded by colleagues like you who strive to be pioneers in the field is the award, actually. So thank you all for being here. I promise to be short, but I want to thank especially my dear friends from Johns Hopkins and from the Cleveland Clinic. Also, my special colleagues from the Healthcare Executive Forum, which we just held a couple of days ago. My dear husband of 37 years who survived with me, my daughter Soraya, who couldn't be here today, and my dear parents who passed away last year, who put me through school and college. And like John Eudes, they always encouraged taking risk, but surrounded me with love. I grew up in Beirut, Lebanon, and attended the American University of Beirut. One event, though, that changed my life is that Penn State offered me a full assistantship to continue to finish a PhD program in food science that didn't exist in Beirut, Lebanon. And the big step is my parents actually took the risk and let me come to the US. And that made a big difference in my life. Because this is, I had the fortune to meet my husband and to teach at the university as a professor at the University of Pittsburgh, and then to become part of these two wonderful institutions who serve patients and consumers, which you all do. I mean, we're very privileged to be in healthcare because we contribute to the well-being of people and patients and their families when they are most vulnerable. So I commend you for being in healthcare. Everything you do, whether you touch a patient or not, is actually improving the life or saving lives across the world. I met and made many friends with many highly talented and brilliant people during my career. And I learned one thing very quickly, that degrees are not worth anything. Do you know why? Because with the explosion of technology, this is where the intelligence gets diverse and dynamic, because the interactivity is what feeds intelligence. It's not the classroom where you listen to lectures or people talk like I'm talking now. It's the interaction, and this technology allows us to do this. Anytime the world is flat, we can do this now. I personally always needed space to be creative, and I always tried very hard to give space to my team or to whoever I work with to be creative and to come up with original ideas. 4, we are not prepared. If we are not prepared to be wrong, 2 things will happen. We will not come up with anything original, and we will not be able to be transformational. So more and more, I believe I live my life, maybe like what Van Gogh said once. Normality is a paved road. It is comparable. It's comfortable to walk on a paved road, but no flowers grow on it. So to end what I want to say, I want to tell you, be innovative, and definitely don't be normal. Thank you so much.